All right, this is take 3 for this video, so sorry if I'm getting a little frustrated, but there was a certain athlete got an endorsement from Nike today, and I would say that this athlete doesn't deserve it at all, partially because he's basically being rewarded for not playing for 2 years because allegedly he gave up his career for freedom of speech. Now, if you want to see somebody who has given up his career for his freedom of speech, it wouldn't be this person who got the endorsement. What if it was John Rocker, who gave a pretty racy interview back in, I think it was 1999. I think he had a 40-game suspension as a result of that because of allegedly racist and homophobic comments he made. How about okay, so that's John Rocker. What if they gave the endorsement to somebody like Tory Hunter, who has openly made remarks against Latinos, saying, well, they can't really be, they're kind of imposters, they're not real black people if they are, of course, Afro-Latinos. And then, of course, I think he made like a couple anti-gay comments as well. So I've supported everybody's freedom of speech rights, even people that I don't agree with. I would have no problem with either of those people getting an endorsement from Nike, even if they are retired athletes. It just wouldn't make any sense. And I think if that were to happen, unlike in this case, there would be a huge, huge uproar because people would say, well, they weren't standing up for a noble cause. Well, who are you to judge? So I was thinking, who's a person who's a former athlete that would deserve a kind of an endorsement like this? So this is Livan Hernandez, and I actually made this meme a couple years ago. It saying, meet Livan Hernandez thanks to the great health and education of Fidel's Cuba. Livan and his brother El Duque, who's Orlando Hernandez, had the proper skills and physical stamina to defect from Cuba and win 5 World Series in a country that lets them succeed. So if you were to give that endorsement deal to those guys who swam, I think in Livan Hernandez's case, he almost drowned on his way here from Cuba, floating here on a raft. I think a lot of people would pretty much say, well, that's not that big of a deal, or he's been retired for long enough. Listen, the person who we're talking about, the person who received the endorsement deal today, has far less career accomplishments than either Livan Hernandez or El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, who I think he won 3 World Series with the Yankees. So so in this case, Nike is basically awarding its support for an athlete, an endorsement based purely on an arbitrary political position. Okay, and there's really no reason for it. Now, this is what greatness looks like. Okay, we'll play some of this video here. Hopefully I won't be, well, I might be flagged by MLB, but we'll show a few seconds of it.
Well, let's take a look at Hernandez. He has a fastball, curveball, slide. Struck him out. 2-2 pitch. And he gets McGriff swinging.
At least you won't be able to see it.
And Livan Hernandez.
But he's playing against the Atlanta Braves. Okay, he's playing basically against a team that was a dynasty back in those years.
Struck him out. 2-2 pitch. And he gets McGriff swinging. Can Livan Hernandez get out of it? Yes, he can. Strikeout number 4. Called strike 3. The 3-2 pitch with 1 out. He's not going. Yep. And a called strike.
So this is a guy who's fresh off the boat, literally, from Cuba, defeating the defending World Series champions in 1997. This is a person I believe would deserve an endorsement deal, even though I don't like Nike. I don't wear Nike. I've never worn Nike. A boycott from me wouldn't mean nothing to Nike. But Nike instead decides to give it to an athlete who has basically pissed on the country for the past couple years. And I don't care about those people who say, oh, his cause is whatever, and he's not really against the flag. I don't care. He's actually pissed on the fans. And he's actually supported supported implicitly the Cuban government as well. So no, I think it's a ridiculous award. I think people should look at this as really just more evidence that people don't care, that especially companies don't care about the views of the fans, the views of the public, the views of the country. They only care about the views of some of the country and the media. And I think it's a tremendous mistake on Nike's part. And if I were you, I'd probably start to sell off their stock or something, and really look at some of the issues that they're going to create for themselves. It's basically the same thing that Starbucks has been doing, just basically giving in more and more and more to these idiots that think that the political issues are more important than the sports. If you wear Nike and you think that you're doing some sort of social commentary, in reality, what you're probably doing is you're paying a company that is actually employing child sweatshop workers. That's the political statement you're doing. It doesn't matter that they have a bunch of athletes that are quote unquote woke or socially conscious or whatever, whether it's LeBron James or it's this person or it's somebody else. Even Serena Williams, I think she has an endorsement deal with Nike. I could be mistaken. Any athlete that tries to say, well, I have an endorsement deal with Nike and that gives me an elevated platform to advocate for justice. If you have not gone to the Nike headquarters in Oregon and demanded that they change those policies, that I think most people around the world would not want to work in one of those shops. Doesn't matter what part of the political spectrum you're on. If you have not done that, then the platform doesn't mean shit. That's about it. I wanted this to be short, so I'll be releasing this very shortly as well. And please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and also comment when it uploads. And I'll see you guys later. Have a happy Tuesday.